Baba,
I said, welcome, fabulous. Good to have you here. Yeah, it's okay. I understand. You look beautiful. Oh, okay, no problem. So good to have you here. Yes, so I want to share it now. I've shared the link, so I want to share it now. Yes, I sent it to my other phone. Yes, I can hear you. So I'm going to send it down to my WhatsApp so that we can have more people joining so you can do same thing. Yes, okay.
sent relationship.
Relationship
Sorry,
revelations.
the
Yeah,
relationship.
relationship revelations.
Yes, yes, I remember revelations. Ah, it's been a day. Oh, happy weekend.
Same to you. So how's Abuja? How you enjoy yourself?
I'm tired, though. I'm exhausted, Joe.
Sorry,
Today
but
has
you
been
didn't
a
work
lot.
today, right? You went to work
I
today?
did. And not directly. A client is trying to hand over a property. So I went to check
Okay.
inventory of the place to make sure everything is intact. So that's what really took my time. So I was just getting home when you called.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I think somebody else has joined us because I just followed you with my other phone and I've joined the live. So
Okay. Well, I can't see anything from my end, but it's okay. We can just start. So
yes, yes.
for those who watch this live later, they'll get to hear everything and all.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So thank you so much. If you've joined us now, thank you so much. You can just leave us a comment so that we
Yes.
can know that you've joined our live. You're welcome. Good to have you here. So this
You're
evening,
welcome,
I am
welcome. Thank
here
you
with,
for joining.
yes, thank you so much. So this evening, I am here with a beautiful lady. You can already see her, and she's a live blogger, a lifestyle blogger, and
Yes.
she's here to share her experiences and maybe life story with us as we'll be talking about why relationships are no longer working. Is it that people are not loving anymore? Is it that people are not loving each other genuinely anymore? So, you know that this social media has really brought a lot, and we can see currently while I was checking the net, I found out that there are so many divorce rates these days, and it's common in our societies today. So
Too
we are
much.
going to
Like
be
like
hearing.
those reports that, yeah. Somebody even called me yesterday. Client called me yesterday that she wants to go on with with dissolution of her marriage, just that she doesn't want to be coming to court. And I said to her, I don't know how you want to do that. Even the last time, that was last week when I was in court, the same thing. If you see this young lady, very beautiful, and they just have, I
Hmm.
think they have a child together, and now she's
Oh
trying
my
to
God.
like divorce, and I'm like, already. So I don't know
Are
what's
you
happening,
serious?
especially in this Abuja. It's as if every day, what's happening? Where was the love that made you to want to get married in the first place? Wilson
Exactly.
TV said hi, hello, good evening. Thanks for joining us. God bless you.
Thank you so
Thank
much for joining. You're welcome. Okay, so let's just start immediately. Welcome. My name is Mrs. Vera. I on my channel here on YouTube, I talk about relationship issues, how you can get to know the right person, how you can relate with this person and all. And on this live today, I am here with a beautiful lady. Her name is Fabulous. So good to have you, Fabulous. Thank you so much for joining.
thank you so much, Mrs. B.
Okay, so she's also on YouTube. You can check her out. She does a lot of lifetime vlogging, a lot of places where you would like to know. She stays in Abuja, Nigeria, so you can do well to check her out. So today we are going to be talking about a topic. And in this topic, the topic today is love no longer enough in today's relationship? Yes, so
Okay.
recently, right, I got to know that this generation, like this new generation, they really know what they want in their relationships. They are no longer in for the long haul of, okay, if you are not loving me, this relationship is just going to be a one-way thing. They know what they want right now. That is why you see a lot of men are still single, a lot of beautiful ladies are still single out there. This is not because they have not found someone to love them, or they have not seen the Mr. Right or this or that. So we are going to be talking about issues that are related to why people are not getting married, why people do not want to get married, and why the married ones are getting divorced every day. So,
Okay.
Fabulous Paul, would you want to say anything? What do you think is the cause why people are divorcing themselves or why people are not even getting married?
The thing is, people are no longer patient because if we want to be honest with ourselves, the stories behind why our parents are still staying, they'll tell you is because of my children. And apart from that, truly, if you see some of the things our parents go through, and they stayed put because of the orientation. Let's say it's orientation they had back then. Because if you ask most of our mothers, since they got married, they've not gone home. I read something or I watched something online. Somebody said she has been married for I think 40 years or 38 years, and she has not for
Oh,
one
God.
day gone back to her family's house. And it's like that. Even if you check, even my
Wow.
mom, since she got married, they always stay back in their husband's house. So they know from the beginning, before entering that marriage, that this man is my husband for life. If I live here, I'm not going anywhere. So
Mm,
they don't they try to endure. Oh, my children, it go better, it go better. Plus, they were not
yeah.
working. They were not financially capable of owning a property. Most of them cannot even
Okay.
afford to pay normal rent. So whatever the man does to them, they just take it. Just because they want shelter. Just because, according to some of them, so that
Exactly.
their children will not be maltreated. So, but children of these days, like the last case I told you I was treating in
Yeah.
she does online business. She has more money now. She has this.
My
So
God.
ladies these days they work. You will see a young lady doing 4, 5, 6 jobs. I remember when they were talking about
Mm,
Nigeria, one trend earlier this year when we saw this
okay.
I think barely 18 years old girl that she was talking and crying
Yeah.
that does makeup, she does ushering jobs. So just imagine that lady now gets married to somebody. She's used to hustling from day one,
For
and maybe she
herself.
has
Yeah.
some cash and say you want to do anyhow, she will pack her load and go. You
Exactly.
understand? So men should realize that it's now a different ball game. I'm not from that school of thought. I will respect my husband obviously, but just know it's not those days. Oh. Women I don't care. This lady
Hmm.
I'm talking about, this Why can I talk about it is because I'm not the legal counsel in the case, so I can talk
Okay.
about it because it's an ongoing case. This lady in question, she left a newborn child, barely 6 months old. And when they were even asking her, she
Huh.
was like, she doesn't care. The child is with her father. That's what the guy said. Everybody in court shouted. How will you? Our mothers those days, they will not even try it. Even 2 years. Your mother will not leave a 2 years old child and say, the father is at home. They will not try it. But ladies these days don't give
The
a damn.
time. Yeah.
They don't
True.
care.
You are
If
very
okay,
right.
you are working at home. If I'm sweeping, you should be washing the toilet. If I'm washing the toilet, you should be washing the plate. Like people now, it's a different ball game. That's just the truth.
Yeah.
It's a those days though we beat our mothers and the mothers will still say my lord or bring food. But now,
Yeah.
even me sef I will cook, I will give you, you say I'm not eating. I will eat it in your presence. I will eat it, I will eat it. Yes.
Are you serious?
Sometimes mothers will even come and beg you, my lord, please na, call me, my this, Baba Junior. Ladies now will not do it. They'll say besides it's not my money I use
Hmm.
in cooking it. So
Hmm.
I don't know whether social media is contributing to it or it's because of the change of our lifestyle.
Okay.
Those days, women are not seen as some ladies were never allowed to go to school. Now, ladies go
Yeah.
to school, they read professional courses.
Yeah.
Aside from that, they do multiple streams of income. If you see all this online, you even see ladies in tech. You see ladies
Hmm.
that
Sure.
doctors, not just doctors doing well. Go to court today, you will see some judges. We have female judges. So you don't expect somebody like that to come and be taking everything you are saying. You want her to be swallowing it, hook, line, and sinker.
Mm-hmm.
She won't. It takes the
Okay.
fear of God. It takes the fear of God for a woman to be successful and you dump all that on her and she say, my children, she will leave. Especially when she already has children. I don't know if you understand me,
Okay.
Mrs. V.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm with you.
Yes. Just imagine somebody is in her late 30s, she's working, she's doing well, and you're stressing her. She already has the children. She has the money to take care of herself and her children. So what is she grumbling? What is she grabbling? Begging you, please now, my tell you. She will pack her load and go and get a better accommodation. That's if she's not even
Oh,
the one that is
wow.
paying the rent of the current house
For
we are
the
living. So I
accommodation.
think the financial stability, I don't know if it's helping in the matter or if it's
Mm-hmm.
not
Okay.
helping. But because women
Okay.
now are more financially stable, they can take care of
Okay.
themselves, they can even take care of their children. And some of them just feel the conscious level it's not as high. And now you will even see it all over the place. Your mother will tell you if you're sitting, you come back home.
Hmm.
But in those days,
Yeah.
they
It's
will tell you the marriage is
stay
like that.
there.
Enjoy it. That's what
Exactly.
me too I enjoy. That's what me too I enjoy.
Okay.
So stay there. But now they'll even be telling you, you are not Osinachi. Oh. Remember Osinachi, come back home if it's beating you. So
Oh my
things
God.
have changed. It has changed.
Yeah.
It has changed.
Okay. So,
Um, let's
if
Estella said hi. Hello, welcome for thanks for joining.
hello,
Why are you streaming
welcome.
from?
Thank you for joining.
Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you so much, Fabulous. You made some points there, and I was just going to look at it from this time standpoint, right? Now, I feel like why we divorce rates is because so much expectations and people are being rushed into marriage. For instance, I have a friend who once told me that, oh, my mom is saying I should get married. I'm already clocking 30 and I'm not yet married. My mates are married and all of that. So you can see that for our own case now, she's pressured to get into marriage. And she might
Yes,
not
yes,
really take out the time to know if this man she really wants to marry is someone that has things in common with her. On my
yes,
channel, there's this video I talked about how to know a man who truly loves you, right? So
yes,
if you
yes,
do
yes,
not give time to these things, you would really not know what this person can do and what this person cannot do. Because the truth is, just like the Bible says, when anyone that is going into marriage, there are certain expectations that you should have. Do you get? There are certain
Yes.
expectations that should be put in place. For instance, now I feel like while people are really divorcing a lot these days is because they are not doing a lot of research. During my time before
Yeah.
I got married, I have read like books. I have read like a
Yeah.
lot of things about men that I needed to. I
Went
bet you
through
today some
counseling.
young, exactly.
Yes.
I bet you today that some young men and women just go into marriage without any knowledge, without any knowledge or any guidance from anyone. And these things
Yes.
does not work like that. You know,
Yeah,
recently
Mrs.
I
G,
got
sorry, let me
into,
chip in.
okay, yeah, yeah, go ahead, please.
Yes, so sorry, you will go on. And also, from what you just said, most young people now don't have mentors when it comes to marriage. That's it, like
Sure.
spiritual mentors. If you know you can have financial mentor you're looking up to, or mentor in your field
Yeah,
of study, all that. But when it comes to marriage, you just feel just get this person on Saturday, wear white gown, you wear suit, let's do one challenge. And the guy say off the market. That's what they're thinking. To
hmm,
do TikTok challenge. So after the TikTok challenge, what else? Because if you have authority figure, if you have a mentor, when you have issues like that, you will know that okay, if I leave, this person will call me. So both of you
yeah,
by yourself, you will drag yourself and say, let's go and meet Pastor Mrs. This. So that way you are accountable to yourselves and to somebody. Not
yeah,
like these days that people 3 months they'll just meet somebody. They'll just if you are not telling them, then go for counseling, they'll say counseling for what?
for
Counseling for
what?
what? People are not
Exactly.
ready to do that anymore. So that's what I just wanted to chip in. So sorry.
Exactly. Thank you so much. Actually, that's true. You know, there is something that you need to know about somebody that you're getting to go into marriage with. Marriage is not just like dating phase of a relationship where you say, okay, if this relationship is not working, I'm going to break out of it. I get the point is Bible encourage divorce, right? But based on the premises of maybe if your partner cheated on you, as in committed adultery and all. But this is the truth. For you to get to know someone that you want to spend the rest of your life with, there are certain things that you should put yourself through. There are certain processes that you need to be prepared for. You need to be prepared spiritually, that's the first thing. You need to be prepared physically, that's the second thing. You need to be prepared emotionally because the truth is, if you're not mature for a marriage, I came across a certain article about a lady in Lagos who said that she called off her marriage after 2 weeks just because her husband was demanding too much sex. So the marriage ended because the man was always demanding too much sex. So I believe that in that case there was no understanding at all. There was no
Yes,
understanding. Maybe they
yes.
just rushed in and they just got married. And at the end of the day, after 2 weeks, they went their separate ways. Yes, please say something.
Yes, it's based on what you are saying. I will have my point. So
Sure,
you are
sure,
the
sure.
relationship expert here. You are the relationship expert. So when you are saying this, I just remembered something because even when I was in school, we treated some cases like that. The thing is, some men are fraudulent. When you mentioned about sex now, and fraudulent, I wish some men can just tune in and listen to what I'm about to say now. I really wish
Okay,
some men can tune in. Let me give you for example. You will see a guy dating this girl, let me just say for 3 years. You will
okay,
understand this girl. This girl understands you. You people have gone
okay,
through all the phases together, so to speak. But because you
okay,
now feel, oh, I don't see her finish. I don't know you're doing
okay,
yourself. You will not leave this girl that you've known for 3 years. That is not as if anything is wrong in the relationship. You will now go and get
okay,
married to somebody you barely met 3 months ago. It happens a
hmm,
lot. It happens, in fact, it happens every day. You will now leave this girl, and the girl too should be happy. Oh, she don't meet Mugu now because you think every other person in Abuja is stupid for you to see them of man.
Okay.
So you will now meet this girl, you will now misinterpret yourself, misrepresent yourself, misrepresentation. You will just go and you say, oh, you want to get married to her. That's when we have cases like this.
Yeah.
I have a friend dated this guy for quite some time, and the guy just he was not serious, so she called it off. Do you know,
Okay.
barely 5 months into this marriage relationship, this guy started disturbing his ex. He's always with the ex, he's calling her, he wants to spend time with her. So the ex said, she say, go, she's even the one begging, please go back to your wife. And
Hmm.
now you will say it's too late now. No, yeah, that did it. That's the problem. You will date this person that understands you. I'm sure this guy now that left somebody to go and meet that girl. Definitely he has dated somebody that knows that okay, this is his sexual appetite.
Of
Somebody
this
like me, I cannot
man.
even date somebody that not talk of marry somebody like that because I know I don't have the strength. So I'm sure he has dated somebody. Maybe the girl felt it was too much or something. And there's no way he showed this girl that this is who I am. And she went into the marriage and she's living barely a year into it. It's not
Hmm.
possible, man. I don't know if you understand
True.
me.
Yeah, I
So
understand
that's
you. I
the
understand
problem.
you actually.
You will date somebody for long. If you know you cannot marry her, why are you dating for so long? And when you now leave, and it's a two-way thing. Dating too many people too is a problem. Dating too many people. I used to tell people,
Hello, Fabulous. Are you with us? It's like your network is disturbing. Thank you everyone for joining. Please, if you're with us on this conversation, we are talking about why people are not getting married and why even the ones that are married are moving out of their marriages. So, if you have anything to add to this conversation, you can just drop a comment and we'll read your comment out. We'll talk about it and we'll analyze it together. Fabulous Paul is yet to, I think her network is disturbing. Okay, so for me generally, right, I I really use the scriptures to guide me daily because I think as Christians, that's what we should basically do. Because the truth is, I don't see reasons why people should be dating five people at once. I feel like dating phase is getting to know this person that you're interested in getting married to, getting to know this person. If you people are compatible spiritually, if your values align, and if a lot of things can just work between both of you. But sadly, the world's definition of dating is entirely different from what the Bible is instructing us to do. Because I don't see a reason why someone should date someone for numbers of years, and what they keep doing in this relationship is just keep defiling themselves over and over and over again. Then during the marriage, what will now be left to be explored? There will be nothing. So I feel like when you're dating someone, you should be able to tell yourself, okay, I am dating this person because I want to see if this person's value aligns with my value. If this person's core value, for instance, okay, I'm a Christian, and maybe I met a guy today who's also a Christian, but our belief system is not tallying. Like maybe let me say, for instance, I go to a Pentecostal church, and maybe this man is in the Methodist church and all. There are a lot of challenges that can come from just that. There will be a lot of disagreements. This one will say, okay, this is what my church teaches. This one is going to say, okay, this is what my church teaches. So I feel like the dating phase is not time for people to come together and try to get to defile themselves. Rather, the dating phase is a time where you get to know yourself more. Get to know yourself more, get to know your values, get to know what you like, get to know what you love and all. Sorry, I'm trying to connect her back, but I feel like her network is really bad. So yeah, please, if you are joining us and if you are listening to this conversation, drop a comment. Let us know your take on this. Why do you think that people are dropping out of marriages or people are not even getting married? Because recently, there is a large statistics that is showing that we have a lot of older women who are not yet married. We have a lot of older men who are not yet married. And like, yes, when you see these people, they tell you that I have not met the right person. I have not met the right person. So as I was saying, sorry for the short break. So as I was saying, you see a lot of people telling you these days, oh, I have not met the right woman, or I have not met the right man. But truly, is it that they have not met the right person? Or let's even look at it this way. Is it that their standards are too high? Or what is really the problem? Because just like I said, these days there are a lot of mature ladies who are in their mid 30s, even early 30s, who are not yet married, and the only excuses you hear these men and women give you is that they have not seen the right person. So I'm asking, what could be the issue? Is it that love is no longer enough these days? Is it that love is not all what we want or we need to keep a relationship? The truth is, okay, I'm going to say this from my own standpoint, right? I feel like when you're in a relationship, welcome back. It's okay, I understand. Network can be like that sometimes. So, as I was saying, is it that these people are not meeting the right people, or they are just saying, "Oh, I have not met the right person. The right person has not come yet," and all of that? The truth is, if you're ready for marriage, there are certain things that you personally should prepare yourself for. For instance, let me use myself as an instance, right? Just like I said earlier, before I got married to my husband, there were a lot of things I had to put in place because I know that these things are necessary. And I knew that these things were the things that will help me build a good foundation in my marriage. So, what I did firstly
Yes.
was that I prepared myself spiritually. I don't know if you're joining
Yes.
us here and you're not a Christian, I'm so sorry, but I'm just trying to express myself and use myself as an instance here. So before I got
Of
married,
course.
I knew that I had a relationship with my God. Because first of all, everything you see in this world is spiritually before
Maybe-
it's physical. You get. So if you do
Yeah.
not know God, if you are not God fearing yourself and you're expecting that, okay, I need a God fearing spouse, it doesn't work like that. You need to be the person that you want to meet. You need to be the person that you want your spouse to be. You want a good woman. Oh, I want a good woman, a God fearing woman. Let me ask you, are you God fearing yourself? Because if you're not God fearing yourself, there is no way this thing is going to work. So you know when they say that birds of same feathers flock together, right?
Yeah.
The thing
And
is
Amos said it, you can't work together except you're in agreement.
exactly. And so you know that these days men and women tends to go like for their kind. Or if you are someone that love God, you should go for someone that love God. If you are someone that likes clubbing, you should go for someone that likes clubbing. So I feel like the major problem in relationship these days is because there is no understanding. People are totally doing something that, okay, they just want to do this. And then it's even worse in these days of social media because my God, a lot is going on social media. And if you want to follow
Lots.
the trends, you are going to be lost. Like you're going to be misled. So the truth is, I feel like people should get more understanding about the other person. That is major reasons why relationships are falling apart. Is one, people are not ready. What do I mean by people are not ready? People are not ready because they are not learning. They are not learning about these things. Okay, if you're a man now, you should know a lot of things about women. You should know that, okay, a woman is like this, so women can be emotional, women can cry a lot, women can do this and do this and do that. And if you're a woman, you should be able to know that men, like, men have like a lot of things that they think. And so maybe most times when you talk to them, they are not even
Yeah.
physically, they will be there
Present.
responding to you, but their mind might be far. So you need to know like a lot of things about men. You need to know a lot of things about women because this will guide you know who you're dealing with. If you don't know these things, you will easily get offended. You will just be pissed. So I feel like people should read more. People should learn
Yes.
more about marriages. People should be able to go for counseling. People should be able
Counseling.
to talk to people and learn from people. You know, recently I was talking to a young friend and she told me something and she told me, Mrs. P, please leave me alone because I feel like relationship advices are just too much on social media these days. And I was telling her, well, I wish that the amount of these relationship talks that is coming in through social media is the way the homes and marriages of people are healing. It should have been better. But it feels like
Yeah.
people are not even listening to the things they are learning. People are not paying attention. People are not learning from other people's mistakes. So I feel like people are not really learning a lot. And the truth is, if you are preparing to go into marriage, you should know that there will be challenges.
Yes.
So you should fight together to make sure it works. Relationship is deliberate thing. You have to be intentional. I remember back then in
Intention.
school, yes, I had this girlfriend that was so intentional about me. Like when before she leaves for class, though we were in different departments, so before she leaves for class, she'll make sure that she calls me and asks me, are you up? Are you sure that you can go to class today? Make sure you go before the lecturer. You know, she'll just check up on me. And it dawned on me that I was not doing as much as she was doing. So
Yes.
that helped me to want to sit up to impress her too because she really was a good friend. Do you get? So I feel like relationship is a two-way thing. It's not something that the man will sit down there and say, okay, this lady is the one wrong, so she needs to apologize. So you need to be able to make sure that you balance things together intentionally. Intentionally, it takes intentionality for a marriage to work because trust me, offenses will come. Offenses will
Yeah.
surely come, and if there's no understanding, that marriage will actually crumble. Like it will not stand the test of time.
Yeah. And Mrs.
So
V, before you went off, you said something the first time, and I wanted to say something on that. When you said even the
okay,
Bible encourages divorce. Somebody like me, I don't believe in it. I don't believe in
yeah,
divorce because it's maybe when you feel, oh, I have options. That's why people don't read about it. They feel, pata
mm,
pata, if I enter, if it's not palatable, I will leave. But if you are going
okay,
with it with a mindset, okay, oh, I want to stay. I want to stay for myself. I want to stay for my children. I want to stay because this is what God has ordained. He said in the
yes,
Bible that marriage is good. It is
yes,
sweet. And God is good. Anything he wants you to do is because it is good. So God will not tell you, or he will not command you, or you will not, yeah, I should not use the word command. He will not tell you to do something if it is bad. So if you are with the mindset that okay, oh, I want to marry once, I want to marry right. You
Mm,
want to seek mentorship. You want to read about
exactly.
it. You want to be conscious of the fact that, as I was saying before the network went bad, I said even if you feel, oh, you can just get married and leave, you can just get married and, like, it's traumatic. That's what I was saying. I don't know whether you guys heard that before it went off.
Yes.
Because just imagine what you said now. That lady that she wants to divorce her husband barely a year. Just go
Mm,
back to her place and you'll be amazed the type of wedding they did. You'll be
exactly.
amazed. It would have been a very big wedding. And now maybe your friends that they are not aware, the next time they'll see, they're like, ah, it's all big. What will you say? So even if you're not coming out to say, oh, I'm pained, it's not it's not, you just feel bad because this is somebody you've loved. Even if it's for 3 months, even if you guys courted for just 6 months and you are going to marry this person, you guys planned
Mm,
the wedding, the actual wedding day, you went for honeymoon, you've been living with this person, let's even say for 6 months, and all of a sudden you guys are not together. So there's no way you will say you are not feeling it or you don't feel bad, except maybe what he's doing is now so terrible that your life matters more. I'm not
yeah,
talking in that way,
exactly.
but
Like beating you and
like
all of
little
those kind of
misunderstanding.
stuff.
Like this lady I told you that she's in court in the matter. They asked her, "Is this man beating you?" She said no. "Is this guy maltreating you?" She said no. She just said her reason is she's and the guy is complaining because she does makeup and that she's having she does this online stuff now and she's getting so many clients and the husband started complaining. That's
My
her
God.
reason, Mrs. V. O.
Hmm.
The guy was not beating her. She said this in court. He was not beating her. He was not matching. He was just complaining that all these clients are that maybe she was overdoing it. Probably maybe she was receiving calls during all time because
Okay.
if your wife is doing very well, you'll be supportive. You'll not be angry.
Yeah.
So maybe actually maybe she was doing it wrong. So just
Okay.
imagine in that instance when she came to court, she was just sounding nonchalant. But these
Okay.
people already have children. I think they have two children, a boy and a girl. One day, the
Sorry.
father, the yeah,
Sorry to cut you. I just wanted to quickly say something about something you said.
yes,
Actually, it's not all men that do support their wives, spouse in marriage. At a point
yes,
in life, you see that some men become so jealous. For instance, let
so
us take the Nigerian singer, the Osinachi. If we had the
yes, yes,
context of what
led to
whole
oh,
issues and
yes,
all, people coming to give testimonies of how the was not even allowing her to take
to
jobs
go for
and
my
all
show.
of those. So you might really not say what the issue is. If this
Yes,
man is jealous of her, or because there are some men that are not secure when like their spouse is
exactly
earning
what I'm
more.
saying. Insecurity. That's insecurity.
Exactly. So sorry,
That's
I just wanted to put that out.
yes. So I'm saying that in as much as now we feel oh we can just go into marriage and the next minute we are out, the society now encourages it. There's something in you that you just feel sad sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
You get even normal relation. Let's not even talk about this even normal friends like you and your friend, the friend you just spoke about. There are some people that you guys were so close, now you guys are not close. Sometimes you just be thinking, what about this babe? Sef, where is she now? So you get not talk of somebody you were sharing your life with,
With
and it's now so bad if you have children from that union. That's now terrible,
exactly
terrible, terrible. Like because the children will be asking, "Daddy, where is mommy? Mommy, where is daddy? Why is daddy not living here?
and
Why is mommy
all
not?" How long will you be lying? Say, daddy is coming, daddy is coming, daddy is coming. God will help us.
is
God
true.
will help
And
us. God will
actually,
help us.
you know that thing can go as far as affecting those children. I
Yes.
think I a testimony of a lady who said that
didn't want to end up like the mom because the mom and the dad divorced at a point in their marriage. They left and they were doing the parenting thing together. So this girl said, while growing up, she vowed to herself that she was never going to be like her mother,
Yeah.
and that growing up, she was a child. She really did the vivid reason
Yes.
why
In
the
fact,
parents separated.
yeah.
So she told herself she wanted to be a better person. She wanted to give her child the best life with her husband by her side. And today she's happily married with kids. I don't know how she's making that work, but I know that when you take a decision in life, just like you said earlier, when you
Yes.
know that this thing is instituted by God and that you
Yes.
have promised yourself to make it work, you are going to want to learn it.
Okay. Yes.
Not
Yes.
just learning randomly. First of all, as a believer, you need to learn wholly about
Mm.
what the word of God says about
Yes.
marriage. You get, you need to know. You need to know that okay, this is what the scripture says about marriage. So you're going to start. The Bible says marriage is a beauty. Marriage is so
Yes.
sweet. You know when the Bible says that God blesses us with, God cannot give us something that can destroy us. God cannot give us something that I see a lot of women recently on Facebook. I see like a lot of cases on men killing their wives, like beating them to death and all. So marriages was not for people to go
Yes.
and be enduring pain and be in. Wants us to enjoy. God wants us to
Yes.
enjoy our marriages. So to be in a good marriage with that man, with that woman, we need to take our time to prepare ourselves. We need to take our time to prepare ourselves. So now we are going to be talking to ourselves and reminding everyone single here, you're still single here, and you've joined this life. I'm sure that you're going to learn one or two things from this life. So we are going to be talking about we need to put in place so that you don't go and end up being like someone who will just be married for 2 weeks and in the next week that marriage is over. So we are going to break things and see how we can make ourselves better and see how we can prepare ourselves for the future. So the first point we are going to be looking at this evening is to prepare ourselves spiritually. Just like I said, firstly, if you know who God is, that God is the one who instituted marriage, right? You will want to ask him questions. How do you do this? By going to his word.
God. Yeah.
Is that his words are yes, like his words cannot fail and does not lie. So for you to seek counsel, you have to know for yourself. If you are not God fearing, if what God has said concerning you, there are a lot of things you cannot take in marriages. For instance,
Mm.
I've seen like a lot of cases women said, "Oh, I caught my husband cheating," and tied up. The woman was able, or the man was able to forgive this person after like the cheating incident. Do you understand? So I sorry for the short break.
Yes, ma'am.
Feel like when you know God for yourself,
Yes.
there are certain things you cannot do in marriage. For
Yes.
instance, when you see me going on, you need to marry a spouse that's God fearing. It's the ones that are not God fearing are not making good marriages. That's not what I'm saying. It's because there are certain things that this set of people can do. When I'm saying
Exactly.
God fearing man, I don't mean like a man in church every day.
Church
I
goer.
mean the man who knows what God is about marriage, the man who knows what God has said about this. So you see, there are things that people should do. If you know God for yourself personally,
Oh.
there's no way you want to fail God. There's no way. There are certain things you cannot do. When I hear like women say, "Oh, I know a lot and all of those. It's not even possible for you to say a man can stay faithful to a woman. My dear, there are men that knows what God has said about them being faithful to their
Yes.
wives. In the book of Corinthians, when God was commanding men to love their wife, love your wife as I as love the church. So
Yeah. Really nice.
there are things that if you don't have like certain knowledge about, you cannot even thrive in that part. It's just like you telling me you sorry, my co-host is a lawyer. If you don't know, she's a lawyer. It's just like you coming to tell me now that I should go and take up a when I'm not a lawyer, I will definitely not know what to do because I didn't
Mhm.
study this. I don't know what the law says. I don't know how it works and all of that. But when you have idea about something, you are able to you are able to stand for
Yes.
that thing. So that is how it is for you to know God for yourself
And
spiritually.
when challenges even come, so sorry, you will know who you will go to first. You will say, God,
Exactly.
oh, you are the one. Before I came here, I told you. Now that I'm here, you will not lead me astray. So
Exactly.
he will tell you what to do at every point because I've seen write-ups where people will say maybe they are angry with their spouse, but when they want to do something else, maybe when they want to keep malice, the Holy Spirit will tell you, hey, Mr. Man, go apologize to your wife. Hey,
Exactly.
Mr. Man, smile. So you will know it's like Pastor Dukoya, Dr. Dukoya will say, if you are if you are not God fearing, you get married to somebody that is not get God fearing, the devil is now your father-in-law, and your
Hmm.
father-in-law has a say in your marriage. So also if you're a Christian, you are getting married to somebody that also is a Christian, not a church goer, not a bench warmer. Christian has set the
Exactly.
anchor. You will know that Jesus here oh is my father-in-law, is my father, is my so you go and tell him, Baba see oh your son oh, this your son, talk to him oh, and he will talk to him. So
Exactly.
it's
Exactly.
a beautiful thing. See this thing is
So
it's
that's
supposed
the
to be I'm
connection.
not yet married see the way I'm smiling, it's supposed to
Exactly. You are really going to be wife. I know by sure. It's true, true. But the truth
be
is, this thing you are saying is true. You get
yeah.
you when something is not there's something my husband used to tell me that there's something adopted in my home. Like maybe if we are having like a certain argument and okay, me, I'm not even agreeing about this. I'm saying no, this is be and my husband is saying no, this is what it should be. Do you know how we solve the problem? We go to the Bible. There is no issue in life that is addressed. So my husband will say okay, so let's bring the Bible consider this issue. What is
This
God saying
issue yes.
about it? And that is the way the issue will just die down. Like there will be no argument because we now have an understanding what this
What the Bible
should be.
is about it.
So we are not just acting on our impulses and saying, okay, no, me, this is what I'm saying. Women should be washing clothes, men should be the one doing this, all of those kind of stuff. When you are spiritually mature, when you are ready, and your partner at the other end is spiritually ready, this marriage will be sweet. It will be sweet because just like my co-host has said, just like she said, something is wrong. The both of you should know that something is wrong because you have the spirit of God in you. So
Yes,
you should be
yes.
able to tell that okay, this thing is not right and this is not right. But when when the Bible we should not be equally yoked with unbelievers,
Look.
right? Because if for instance, I've seen a lot of ladies, right? You oh I don't care. This man is a good man, treats me right, but he's not a believer. I feel like I can still put him through.
Came
Let
true.
me tell you something. I know that there are some women who have brought some men to Christ. I've seen like a few where a man who was not a believer gave his life to Christ and became that person. I'm not saying those things are impossible, but I'm saying that in cases where you know that this thing is not possible, in some cases they are actually not possible because the man or this woman pretend for a while and then go
Yes,
back to being his
back.
or her normal self.
Yes.
So pray to God and say, God, if you want me to marry this, want me to marry this lady, please
Change it before I
visit this
marry
person
him.
and change exactly and change this person before I marry this person. Please, if you've joined us here, we want to hear from you about talking about what do you think, what is your own
What do
opinion,
you
and we want to hear. Please drop us a comment. Thank you so much.
thank
Okay,
you so
so
much?
point we're going to be talking about now is going to be preparing yourself physically. What do I mean by preparing yourself physically? Okay, so this part is going to be fun because trust me, it's going to be very relatable. For instance, now when I say prepare yourself physically, I have seen like a lot of guys that are so dirty. Like when I mean dirty, oh my God,
Then we
even you
have
cannot
pink
even.
and purple, yellow and green.
So you need to put a lot of things in place if you want to be married. You need to know a lot of things. Please say something. You're
I
easy
just
to say
remember
something.
something. I just remember
Oh,
something.
okay.
Leaving the office one day. So he was running, following me, running, following me. I was like, what is happening? But it's not new to me. Like most of the time, if I'm leaving the office, or but this one was just the guy was so chubby. He was running. Sister, please wait, sister, please wait. I was not feeling sorry for him because all my colleagues started laughing. I said, hey, fabulous, you don't wait till they cause. So he now came closer. The way he was panting, I even felt sorry. Now I said, please, he saw me from afar. He had to tell his boat to stop. Then he now followed me. Please, at least I should give him my number, please. Because this guy was already sweating. And now I agreed, and I gave him my card. But I thought it was just because he was running to catch up with me. After some time, he now called me
Okay.
that, please, he wants to see me and all that. We're trying to postpone. Then later, and I said, I'm too lazy. Let me even go out with him. Ha! Mrs. V, this guy was putting on, I think, a purple dress, a purple dirty native. Tomorrow is his birthday. He
Oh
even
my God.
invited me for the birthday. I'm sure he's not watching this. He was putting on a purple dirty dress, all
My God.
sweaty. That means that is his nature because he's big and he doesn't take care of himself. He was now
Oh,
wearing a blue shoe. You know this handmade.
okay. Oh my God. My God. Jeez.
I think he's in his middle or late. I actually wanted to get married. When he was even talking to me, he was like, "Guy, he's serious about me. We are from the same tribe. We are from this." And I think the guy is even doing well for himself. But I'm like, let me go introduce man. Man, it fits, yeah. Purple and green. And when I was even telling him, I was like, boss, this is your combination. Like, it's not fine. This thing, it's not fine. This thing. I was like,
Oh my God. Okay, so this
his car was so
these are
dirty.
actually
All the receipts he has been buying, I think since he came to Abuja, all the supermarket he has gone to, all the receipts were in his car. The car was dirty. I was like,
oh
never
my
in
God.
my life, never in my. I no want you.
Okay, I feel like physically, if if you're not attracted to someone physically, might be like it might be like you're taking something, right? Physically, you need to be attracted to someone. And how can you make someone attracted to you if you don't take care of yourself? I've seen ladies that are very dirty, like you can't even breathe in their space. Like you go
Yes,
close to them, their hair is achy, smelly, don't take care of themselves. They don't, my God, it's terrible. So I feel like
terrible.
if you want to be ready for marriage, to put one or two things in place.
In place.
Know how to clean up. then change your boxers, your inners, underwears. Please make sure you wash them and all. Because trust me,
Effort.
this lady, you're going to be on the same, like you're going to be living in the same house together. You're going to be eating probably from the same plate, and you're going to be discussing a lot. And then take care of your hygiene. Like there's this popular saying that says that cleanliness is next to godliness, right? Like if you are not clean, it's already like a turn off to some people. And you might just miss your God-given husband or your God-given, because one part of your body is just oh my god, it's just something
All
that
over the
someone
place.
cannot write home about. Okay, so now I'm going to be talking specifically to the ladies, right? There are certain cleanliness that extent of the lady should have. You know why? Because you are going to be introducing children into this world. And
Yes.
if you can't firstly take care of yourself, please, ma, you will not be able to take care of that baby that God is going to bless you with. I'm not saying that taking care of the babies are just entirely your like just for you. But basically, if you're clean as a woman, then I don't know how your home is going to be. I don't know how you're going to put things in place. And then to the men. So I there's this interview I heard online was like she got so disconnected with the husband because at a point it's like the husband does not like brush deep. So whenever they are maybe having like a little get together, getting to be together with himself, there is this smell comes out of the husband's mouth and all. So I think she said
Ah,
she telling the man politely, telling the man severally that okay, maybe to brush. These ones they were married though. It's not like they were in a relationship like teen phase or courtship or anything. They were already married. That she always tells the man that okay, look, your breath is not fresh. This is the way I feel about this thing. It felt like the man was not, or maybe the issue that he didn't want to let the lady know. But then
know about
the lady
you.
said there was no change at all. So she had to leave the marriage. So imagine that somebody
Wow.
left marriage just, yes.
Wow. Are you serious?
I'm a bit
Wow.
under the weather, so my nose is running. So the lady said she had to leave the marriage. And thankfully, like they didn't have like kids. But she said she couldn't cope with that for all her life. So he has said several times, if something is wrong with you, let's go see a doctor. Let's go and talk to someone who can help us. Because if we have this thing, then your breath needs to smell
Together.
well. Your breath needs to be okay. So you see, sometimes you can even lose your God-given husband or wife to just silly things that you don't know about yourself. Do you get your surroundings, your personal belongings? I think that as human beings, okay, we should be able to inculcate these things into our life so that we'll be able to teach our children. I've seen
Yes.
a lot of women that are so these ones are working. I'm not saying that they are not working. They are money, they go to work, come back, they earn in good, they get more money, do you get? But they are still unkept. They don't take care of their hair, they don't maybe know about color combination. The thing is, this thing is easy these days because if we have media, you should be able to learn one or two things. Do you understand? So exactly. So there are places where I'm not saying that you have to have all the knowledge. No, it's all right. But there are places where you can check out these things, your color combination, what can go, and all of those. Because I think that little turn off can make you just miss your God given husband or your God given wife. Just some people are so petty that like this one is even real. Like, so a man, their marriage, about a 2-year-old marriage, just because the wife goes to the bathroom, she presses the toothpaste from the
Okay.
middle and just leaves it like that. So the
Oh,
that when you take the toothpaste in the
yeah.
morning, you should be able to bring it up and all of those. And that the lady said it's not a big thing, is you get, and that was it. And that was it. The marriage was out. The marriage was gone. And I think this in this case, they even had a child. So imagine that you are putting all of this, you're not putting all things in place, and
Yeah.
then your marriage is just gone for nothing. And then I feel like another part of being physically ready is to learn simple house chores.
Yeah.
I know that men love food. I beg, if you're a man here, say something. You know,
Say
when our
something,
used to
though.
say, you know, when
Say
our
something.
mothers used to say that the way a man, how do they used to say it? That the way to a man has heart
Man's heart
is
is
through
tummy.
his stomach. Exactly. If you're a lady and you cannot cook, like you cannot cook varieties of things, you should know that men loves food. A lot of men, like, let's even overemphasize this. Men love food, and you should be able to cook varieties for your man. And men,
But
learn how
yeah,
to cook. Cooking is not just thing for the ladies. You need to cook, surprise your wife once for her. Let it not taste like something that's about to kill her or something. Put in the work. Learn how. The truth is, there are so many ways of learning these things these days, because social media
yes.
has really made it like
Maybe
so
yes.
easy for
You
us.
too.
You can
You see,
you can
simple
see a video of
recipes.
someone, exactly, and you can replicate this thing and try to make yourself better. So when we are talking about physically being ready, like being ready physically, you should be able to put one or two things in place. Be able to take care of yourself, know how to do house chores. In my home, I used to tell people. I remember there was a certain post I saw when a lady said that if you children are all boys, sorry for you because you are done and all. No, I don't think I agree with that. I feel like
Musa
the
Zachary
way these
says,
men,
hi. Welcome, Musa Zachary. Nice to have you. Where are you streaming from?
oh,
Zachariah Musa. Sorry, ma'am.
thank you, Musa, thank you for joining. No problem, no problem. Please drop your thoughts as you're joining. Drop your thoughts. Let's know. So I feel like if we okay, so the man something like the lady was saying something like if you have all your children boys,
Yeah,
you're done for. Your life your life is actually heading somewhere. But I don't think I agree with that. I
yes,
feel like the way we train our children matters. Okay.
of course.
I used to tell myself that my male children will know how to cook and do things for themselves, because these things are not just put in place because of marriage. These things are life skills. A
Yes,
man, if you can't cook to save yourself, wow, just wow. Because in the days of your single days, I wonder how you're surviving. Is it that
exactly.
you
No, I
eat
was
in the
waiting for you to finish so
restaurant?
I'll go there. I was waiting for you to finish because you will not tell me you are getting married as a man in your late 30s or your early 40s and you tell me you don't know how to cook. So what have you been eating? You will explain.
Exactly. How did you survive?
You will explain. Yeah, you will never meet. We don't dey fight already. You will explain. What have you been eating, sir?
So I feel like when you learn how to do things, they are not just things to save you your marriage. They are life skills.
Yes,
Trust me, for a certain period of your life, you're going to be living alone. Now your parents, without, maybe you're still single and without your wife. So how are you going to be surviving? How will you keep your environment clean? You don't even know how to take up the broom, sweep around the house, mop the house. the trash and all of those things. These things are life skills. They are things you need to put in place. Before going to drag someone's daughter into your house, you need to things. Before even going to bring one man to show your mother that okay, mom is the man I'm about to marry. You need to be sure that you're ready for what you're going into. So say that I've seen like a lot of ladies who cannot cook, and at the end of the day, the husband said, "Okay, it's okay, I can deal with this. We can be chef and all of that." But if you are in the position to learn this thing as you're still single, I
Right.
think you should
Yes.
put them in place because they are life skills. They are not just things that you need to put in for your marriage in future. They are life skills that you need to have to save yourself. Do you get? Okay, so the we are going to be talking about is being emotionally stable. Hmm.
Mm.
I can't
Mm.
even
Mm.
overemphasize this. Men,
Mm.
come closer. If you're here, just pay attention because you're just about to say something that's very important. You have to be emotionally stable to be married. So you see a lot of the divorces we have today all over social media is because these men and these women, they are not emotionally ready for anything. They don't need the stress. You hear some men tell you, I don't I'm not I'm not I don't I can't stand like the cry of I can't do this, I can't do that. Yes, there are some men like that. That maybe whenever they are back from work, they'll just tell you, please take the children inside. I don't want to hear them crying and all of those kind of stuff. So
They
if
are
you're
not
not
ready.
emotionally ready, see, you need to build up your emotion because in marriage there are times when you will cry, like you cry like this, you will cry. Like I remember the first during my first baby. Ah God, I cried during my first baby. Like after giving birth to my first child, I was so overwhelmed. Like I was saying, I brought in another human into the world. Like, am I even prepared? There were days that I cried, and I thank God for the kind of man I married. He was there for me. Like, so there are levels to these things. I
There are
just
levels to it.
black out like this just because you are not emotionally.
Yes.
Like, it can be so
Postpartum
tiring
depression.
sometimes. Exactly. Imagine that you are a husband and working, and maybe you have like two children, and so you take turns in taking care of the kids, the mother for the kids even after work while you are even very tired. There are sometimes that your emotion will weigh so high that if you're not calm, like you can want to give up on a human being.
Yes.
So you need to be emotionally stable to be married. Marriage comes with a lot of
With a lot.
enjoyment, but also know that there is that side in marriage. It's your emotions that can pull you up, that can keep and all. So I feel like you should build yourself emotionally as a man, as a woman. Okay, you know about the case I said earlier, how in the lady said the husband is always asking for too much thing in the other room. You get, like, it can be overwhelming if you're not ready for such. Do you get? So you need to prepare yourself emotionally. Most time, as yes, as a mother, most time you'll be overwhelmed with children. You have your career to focus on. You have to do. It's not easy. Being a parent is not easy. Whether a man or a
For a
woman,
woman.
you get to a point in where you will need to be accountable for human beings like you. So it will
It's
take
not your fault.
emotional stability to put these things in
Yes. To
place.
handle such situations.
Exactly. So I feel like a lot of breakups that we have today, a lot of divorces that we have today, is because people are not emotionally prepared for
Emotionally
marriage.
available, yeah.
You get. So I feel like this is one part that everyone should look like. Okay, let me even ask a question. Please, yeah, I want to hear your honest answers. How do you even tell that you're emotionally ready for marriage? Can someone say something? How do you tell that you're emotionally ready for? So, fabulous. You can chip in something. So, how do you know that you're emotionally ready for marriage?
Hey, science hard though. Is it after see because reading this book sometimes there are some things, you can't say. I is it Pastor David Oyedepo said something in preparing for marriage. He said you don't learn how to shoot before this thing, before going to work. You learn how to shoot before going to war, not when you're in the
Mm,
battle field. There are some things that
exactly.
it's as if you learn on the job.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are some things you've told yourself that this thing I cannot do it oh, but you now find yourself in such situations. But I think
Yeah.
when you read books to a large extent, because when you are reading books you are learning from different people's experiences too. You can say, oh, somebody like me, I cannot take this type of thing oh. So
Mm,
when you have mentors that
okay.
once in a while they will still check up on you, they'll call you, they'll say, oh, don't give up on this. It's a lot oh. There are some things that you might not know until you are in it.
In it. Exactly. Okay.
Because you might think, oh, if you slap me I can give you the other thing, until you collect hot slap. You understand? Yes.
I understand.
Yes. Yes. So I can't really say, but I know reading books, getting mentors, watching things like this that will give you the right knowledge, not false
Okay.
knowledge flying up and down. The right knowledge, and you've said you are going to apply it. Having the Bible as your standard, I think it will help you. But when you are not inside, when you are God will help us. I don't know if there is a ratio, if there is indices to show that okay, oh, I think I am now ready, like
Hmm.
emotionally. Because you can't say,
Yeah.
especially if you not having a child before, somebody like me, I can say, oh, I'm emotionally ready. Maybe your first one now, you will now born twins or triplets.
It's
You now
overwhelming.
discover you are all over the place. So God will help us.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. True. True. Thank you, Billy, for joining. Roland, thank you so much. Thank you
Yes.
for
Thank you
joining.
so much for joining.
Okay, so I want to add this part just to let us know that um be emotionally ready, like the way you relate with people around you, the way you relate with your friends. See, there's this say that charity begins at home, right? Within your
Yes.
friends, within your spouse, sorry, your peers, how do you react to like, are you this person that, so you should be able to use your friends around you to build up your emotions. Do
Ma,
you get?
you know
You should be
something with
able to.
friends. This your friend, you're not living with them oh. Even if you live with them, it's 1 week, 2 weeks
Exactly.
oh. This one is
True,
husband
true.
oh. Just imagine you gave birth to
Yeah.
triplets for one man. You are not sleeping. When you and your child you are trying to sleep, you now say people are making noise. This one is not friendship oh. You can just
Exactly. Okay, so we are going to get to that part to talk about being like good partners to each other, because when we that we are coming into marriage, we should be able to partner with ourselves, just for, okay, I just want to come and bear my children and take care of my home and all. And as a woman, you shouldn't just go into marriage because you just, okay, I need to be married because the society said if you're not married, you do not have, and blah blah blah. So I think we are going to get to the point where we are going to talk things that even the Bible has taught us in marriages. So I think you can start building your emotions with your friends, with people, with that maid that is living with you. I know, like, some people grew up having like nannies in their homes and all of those. So you should be able to start building your emotions with those people. God will help us actually. God will help us. Just like you said, fabulous. Just like you said something. There are things that you cannot learn until you are in that situation. You cannot think about that thing until it
Yeah.
happens to you. Do you get? There's this saying they used to say that you cannot know where this shoe is hurting until you're the one wearing the shoes. I think I agree with you on that part. I also feel like the second point I will give concerning this emotional stability is using the word of God to calm things
Yeah.
down.
Yes.
Instance, when you're overwhelmed about something, you should be able to know God, the God that created you, has told you that He's going to be your strength. He will strengthen you. You get, you should be able to draw inspiration from the God. Yeah, just like I said, during my baby, like, it was I don't even know how to explain it, because if you are not giving birth, you might not that feeling. Like, you're looking at a child on the bed with you. You are in terrible pains, maybe due to delivery day, and you are in terrible pains, but a little baby is crying. You need to pick that baby up. You need to breastfeed that baby. You need to pain yourself. So it can be really overwhelming, but when you use the scriptures to, when you
As
put
the standard.
yourself and let it be your inspiration, you
Yes.
are going to find this peace within you. You're going to be strengthened because God has told you that He's going to be your strength.
Yes.
So yeah, I think that was the fourth point, right? Being emotionally stable. So
Yes.
now we are going to be talking about being financially stable. Drum
Very
rolls,
important. All the
please.
quite important.
Okay, it's like you have something to say. So fabulous. Tell us something.
No, no, this part now, me, I'm very interested in it myself. Very, very, because the major reasons for divorce now is one of two things. It's either
Okay.
finances or insausa room. So that's like the
Hmm.
major reason why people want to dissolve their marriages. So, what is quite important?
Okay.
Ego, kudi, oko, owo in
Actually,
marriage, what is quite important. Just
it's
imagine you are
actually
doing ozobo
important because,
parara for your wife. She'll be happy.
but funny enough, right? Funny enough, that their spouse that have like money and they are not still at home, still get. I have seen the so-called rich couples, like, they are when you say they are rich, like, they don't lack anything. They go for vacations, they are the best schools, they have the best jobs, they drive the best cars, but still don't have peace in their home. So financial security does not guarantee you having so much joy and peace in your home. So I wanted to let that point out.
Yes.
Okay, so what I'm going to say about financial stability is this: for you to bring someone's daughter in the house, and for you to also come as a woman into someone's house, you should know that the both of you are going to be living together, and there are a lot of things that you people will need to survive as human beings. And so someone needs to cater for this.
Yes.
So I am not of the opinion that taking care of the house is basically the man thing. If you're a woman and you're working, you're getting source of income. When a man and woman has come together, they are now one, right? So you people should be able to put your resources together, make your
Actually.
homework. I've seen, like, um a man and a woman who are married, and the woman tells you, no, is our money, but my money is my money.
My money is my money. Very. Okay.
Ehen.
What?
It, it, it's it's I I know some men do not really have like it because they are
Really.
capable of providing and all. But if you want to look at it scripturally, it's not right. Because if you are one with your partner, how come your money is now your money and your partner's money
What
is
is
now
our
you
money?
people's money? Exactly. So you see that these rules build up from the first point we mentioned, which was
Yes,
having the spiritual awareness of things.
exactly.
Do you get? So
Yes.
Bible tells us that when a man and a woman comes together, they are now one. Should be able to know that it takes the two of you to make family work, whether financially, whether spiritually, whether emotionally, whether physically. You need to be very intentional. So, what I would say about being financially stable is that make sure you have an income that is coming in that can take care of necessities. Now, this is where people get it all wrong. I know
Necessity
a lot of
and
men
luxury.
will tell a lot of men will tell you that, oh, I need to have like a lot of money in my account. I need to build my own personal house. I need to buy my car before I get married. And if you are in a country economy is not working, for instance, if you're in a country like Nigeria where you strive, and strive, imagine when you want to come out of the house and buy your car. Maybe at that point you'll be in your early 40s. Do you get? So for me, I have never thought of that like, okay, I need a man who is up there. Yes, if he's up there and it's God's will that this man is your husband, good and
Yes, why
fine.
not?
That is what God is bringing you into. Do you get? But if you've
Yes,
met this guy and you have seen a lot of things that is in alignment with your own alignment,
yes.
your own value rather, why not try to be with this person? Do you get? I'm not saying, a lot of women will tell you, oh, now should go and suffer with this man. No, that's not what I'm saying. No one deserves to suffer.
No one.
No one is the 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 first purpose of marriage was not for you to come and be suffering in
But
marriage.
yeah,
God established marriage because He wanted us to enjoy marriage. So no one is
not
telling you to come and go through all the stress in your marriage. Do you? So I feel like man has something doing, and you know that this man has potential. Do you
yes.
get? You know that
Tons.
this man, with this spirit, is going to go far. With this spirit, if he does anything, is going to blow up. Do you get? You're not waiting for this man because, oh, I'm waiting for the man that already has like 20 mansions in Abuja, or I'm waiting for the man who already has a lot of cars here and there and all of those. So I feel like for you to even be financially ready, you need to know that, okay, you can have food in your house that can be able to feed two persons.
Mm-hmm.
You should be able to have the necessities of life. When I say necessities, like things that are, I'm not an economist, but there's in economic where they teach you wants, choice, and
Yes.
all. So you write these things into the ones that you think you need, the necessities, like things that are really necessary. For instance, now you say you want to get married. Okay, if you can be able to pay for your house rent, you can have like 3 square meal a day, and you can have a little for emergencies, like maybe something happens suddenly and all. Well, I'm going to advise such a person to get married, working hard, so you can achieve more in life. And even as you don't just come in, okay, because you want to get married, so the man should be the one doing all the spending
Yes.
and all. Like I said, if you have the to awareness that marriage is not just a thing of one person. You should be able to support this man. You should be able to support him any way you can. Financially, you should be able to come up with something. Maybe if you have a skill or something, do you get
Yes.
to put yourself in place to be able to bring income to that person and just maybe work together. So just like when you have money, it does not guarantee you that that marriage is going to last forever. For
Yeah.
instance, I don't know how many of us are following the trending wedding of the Tanzania man. What's his name?
Yes.
Najuma and
Juma,
our Nollywood, exactly, and Priscilla.
Priscilla.
So a lot of people have been saying that, oh, people should make sure that this marriage works because the kind of money spent on this marriage, like this wedding, is crazy. You must stay in that marriage. You must make sure it works. But it does not work.
Doesn't.
Tomorrow, those two can stand up and tell you that they are no longer interested and go their
Yes.
separate ways. So, because they are rich, that does not guarantee. Yes, please say something.
Talking about finances in marriage now. Okay, you're talking about it
Yeah.
before you get married. I want to ask a question. What do you think about having joint accounts now in marriage?
Okay. Yeah. The right thing to do. That is to point back to the first point that I made. When I said when you're ready for marriage, you should know that you're spiritually ready, like mature. You can't go and have a joint account with someone who the issue of being one is not in his dictionary. Do you understand? Like if you
Yes.
get married to a non-believer who does that, your money is his money, and the lady does not believe that we both have this money together. It's not going to work. It's going to be a big shot because it will get to a point where the man might be taking from that account for something
Yes.
that's not
Yes.
worth it, or it might also
Yes.
be the woman taking from it. So that's why it's important to know that your values as partners aligns. What are your take on this? It's not like I used to tell people when you are in your dating phase, right? It is time to ask questions.
Yes.
Time to when I say get to know yourself, it is time to ask questions. It is time to know what this person will say in such a situation. So in your dating phase, you should be able to be asking yourself questions like, what do you think about joint account? What do you think about having children? What do you think about blah blah blah? You guys should be able to have this conversation because if you don't have these conversations, it's going to be like a big problem in future.
Yeah.
Because
Eventually.
maybe you want to have a joint with this man, and the man is telling you that no, me I don't believe in joint account, so I not pack my money and go and be buying Brazilian hair and all, human hair and all. So you need to know that your values align. That's the first thing. If your values align and the both of you have the fear of God, and that the Bible has told us that when you are married, you are now one. Why joint account is a good thing for a husband and a wife. Recently I came across Bucci Solomon Bucci, is that his name? Yeah, the
Yes.
yeah,
So,
on Instagram. So he was talking about how that some men do not let their wife like access to their phones, and that some women has really come in terms with it and say, oh no, my husband phone is a no-go area, I just want to keep myself at peace and blah blah blah. But that's not the right thing to do. If
yes.
you're in a relationship with this man, in a marriage relationship with someone, that person will be able to know everything about you. There should be no
Yes.
secrets. The Bible has told us that you're now one. So what is it with all the locking of your phones, putting password, face
Passports.
identity, and those? That will only happen in a situation where you don't know yourself. So the issue of joint account is a very good one. Just like I said, that is when you kind of let it not be that you are a kind that you want a joint account with your partner, but your partner said no, account is a no for me. Do you get? So I think this conversation to sprout out before this marriage. Do you get? The
Yeah,
conversations that we should have before marriage, because I feel like when we have these conversations we are able to spot out the green lights and the red flags.
that's true.
So yeah.
Okay, it
So
has
this
been really, really amazing. Like eye opener. I wish I was in a relationship so I would drag my partner. Oh, yeah, come and sit down.
I had to
Listen to
come and sit.
listen. No.
Don't worry. You are preparing yourself, and that's very good because if you're
Yeah.
aware of these things, that your future husband is also somewhere learning one or two. If he is truly
You should
getting
better learn
prepared
for his
for
own good.
marriage.
Because I'm not threatening you, but you better learn.
Oh my god! Oh my god! He's not here. Okay, so let's hear from our audience. If you have anything to say and you've joined us this far, please drop a comment. We'd like to hear from you. Drop a comment.
We
We'll
really like hear from
from
you.
Unique.
People
Yeah,
have been
so
joining us.
we still have like about 29 minutes to go. So drop your if you have a question and you want to ask, you can just drop a question and we'll make sure to answer. Okay, so okay, we lastly talked about being financially prepared, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we are going to take the B of this whole thing. Now talk about value alignment because it boils down to when your values aligned. For instance, I used to like to use a man who is going to be a preacher. You know, there are a lot of ladies who say, "Oh, no, a wife of a
Harry
preacher. I
Pastor.
cannot marry a pastor. I cannot do this. I cannot do that, and I cannot do this." So I feel like before people should get married, they should make sure that values aligned. For instance, if you know you have the calling of God upon your life, I know we are all meant to be evangelists, right? But I'm saying that maybe the Holy Spirit has told you that God is out to be a pastor, a preacher, a prophet, or whatever. You should be able to go for a woman whose value align with your value. Probably she does
Yes.
not need to be this lady to be a pastor. Do you get? But this woman should be a woman who loves things of God. Because I feel like there are some believers who just go to church and they don't have time for the things of God.
Yeah.
So maybe they just go to church on Sundays. They don't want to go for week services. They don't want to attend fasting and prayers. They don't want to do a lot of all other things. So if you want to go and marry a person, you are
But
actually going to know that that's a problem. That's going to be a problem in future. Because by the time you are telling her, "Oh, honey, they invited me to this place
me
to
for one
preach. Can
administration.
you come with me? Can you uphold me in all of those stuff?" This person will not be able to stand in the place for you. I feel like when people say, "Oh, I am ready for marriage," I used to hear a lot of women say, "Yes, I'm ready." If you ask them certain questions, they may not be able to answer you because they're not ready, but they are just lip syncing it. They are just saying it because they feel like, "Oh, it's an appropriate age for me to get married," but they are not ready because they know these things. That's why it feels like there are a lot of relationship messages out here on the social media, but people are not listening. You get? So I feel like when I say your value should align firstly. For instance, told myself before I got married, I knew that I was ready for marriage. And there were some things I did that actually helped me. So for instance, know that I was going to have children in future. I needed a kind of man who loves children around him, because there are a lot of people who say, "Ah, no, I don't like children. The nurse pisses me off and all." But so you have to align your value with this person you are going to marry. You do these things a lot. Does this person? Do you think this person is going to support you? For instance, remember, I'm someone that, yeah, growing up, I come from a family of seven, so I had brothers, right? To watch football then, but then I was not interested. There were times we go together to watch football, but currently I sit down and analyze football with my husband, and you really like I used to be like a long time ago. You see us what we travel all the way to different stadiums to watch matches. So I had to develop this love for football
For
because
yes.
I knew my husband loves. Hey, just let it be that they are just playing for somewhere. Ah, my husband is always there. He loves football. You should be able to align and support your partner. A lot of
That way you guys
the
will even have
the
something to
things
discuss. So you will be happy.
e-
You people will be discussing it.
exactly
Not that he's saying Chelsea, according to Pastor Kuko, you're thinking it's dry gin
exactly
because you don't
exactly.
know
So
the
you get
difference.
exactly. So you need to make sure like values are mean so that you guys can be on the same page. You get okay. There's some women. There's some men that will tell you that, oh, I like my wife to go natural, not wear trousers. My wife should not do
Yeah,
makeup and all. So if you're a woman that loves these things, that you know that you cannot live your life without makeup,
about it.
saying that you shouldn't marry that person entirely. But if there's this understanding that's not between the both of you, then it's not going to work. Okay, but if this person shows maybe a bit of concern, okay, maybe makeup is too much, try to reduce it. Okay, it means the man is supporting you and he is looking out for you because he loves you. He wants you to do this thing mildly, not the way you used to do it. So a lot of the marriages we see failing today is because they were not in alignment. So you have a lady who is a traveler who travels around the world. Like I have a friend, her marriage is next month, her wedding is next month. Sorry, like my nose is running, so yeah,
Oh, no
my
problem.
voice is becoming so deep. So I have this friend that is getting married next month. She travels a lot. Recently, she just got back from is it where she went like for 2 weeks just to enjoy just herself without her husband. And her husband to be is not someone that likes to travel a lot like that.
Okay.
So always traveling. So imagine that you are a man that wants to marry this kind of woman. You know this lady loves to travel. If you are not in for it, it's going to cause
At least
issues
support
later
can
in life.
reach a compromise.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
that this lady is going to be traveling, even when you're married, even after she has like for you, she's still going to tour around the world. So you need to be in some of that. Value needs to align. You need this thing is something I love. Can I support this person? Just like I said, if someone comes and tell you, "Los, the Lord told me I'm going to be a pastor," are you ready to support the ministry of that man? Are you ready to support the ministry of that woman? Because it takes alignment for two people to work together. So recently someone told me something. He said you are the photocopy of your husband. So when I now asked him, what do you mean by you're like the photocopy? He said because you people, like, the behavior
Yeah.
is so hard for you to notice a difference. Like, even when he's not here, even when he's there, the exact thing he is going to say about the situation is
Say
something is
about the
the same thing you're
situation.
going to say. So I feel like when people's value aligns, there's this flow you have. Like, when you want to do things, there'll be no obstructions. It's not like you people want to travel to Dubai and your husband is saying that, and that, no, we should not travel. Let us use this money and do this one and do this one. The husband wants to travel. Do you get? So I feel like these are breaking up is because people are not taking in time to do the. When you do your homework, you get, when you do your homework, you should know what to expect. When you do your, you know that you cannot fail in your marriage. You should know that, like you said earlier, you know what God has said and that you're going to work intentionally to build that marriage. Yeah, I think that is all for, make sure that before this person that you are in a courtship with, that you're dating, just like I said earlier, I feel like dating phase should not just be for exploring the world's pattern of dating, exploring your dating phase is getting to know yourself, getting to talk about the things that you will want to do in when you are in that marriage. It is not time to just be monkeying and say something that one of my lecturers used to say. It's not time to just monkey around everywhere. It's
Monkey
time for
around
you
up
to
and down.
put exactly. It's time for you to put in work, learn, get this person. What and what does this person likes and what does he not like? I feel like the world's pattern of dating is really causing distractions, is really causing a lot
Yes,
of problems in the.
as in you.
Yeah, so sorry I muted my mic.
Oh, no problem.
So fabulous. Do you have anything to say?
I am in complete support of the relationship coach. So you can't even, for example, I had a friend that got married recently, and she said why
Okay.
she didn't get married to the previous guy was because she knows that the call of God upon her life is for her to become a politician eventually. And this other person said
Okay.
no, cannot marry anybody that even likes the thought of politics. So and that's why
Mm,
they broke up. And it's good because just
yeah.
imagine, they just feel, provided you're a politician, you are meeting men, you are sleeping with men, or even as a woman, you feel if you are dating a politician,
Mm,
it's all over the place, it's diabolical and all that. So even if it's not the same thing, even if it's not the same
mm,
career, does it align? Is it
yeah.
something that complement each other?
Yeah.
If you are a gospel minister, you can get married to a
Yeah.
pastor. They are not completely opposite.
Mm-hmm.
So it's something, there are some careers that cannot just be together. Like some people, they don't like somebody like me that if I love you, I love you, always be with me. You now say you're traveling everywhere. Boss, where are you going to? Where are you going to? We look down. Let's look at each other. Where are you going to? You're not telling me today
Oh
you're
my
traveling to
god.
Dubai. Next tomorrow you're going to why? Sit down. Make our house come. So it's like that. So it might not necessarily be a bad thing, but if you understand yourself to the extent of okay, I can take this, I can't take this. I can marry a footballer,
Okay.
I can't marry a pastor. I can marry a
Mm-hmm.
pastor, I cannot marry a musician because girls will be all over
Mm,
him. So different things. So if you're in agreement, every other thing can wait. It's not when you're now married, you're now say Madam, your bum bum cannot stay one place. Today you are carrying back, tomorrow you are carrying back. Mm-mm. From the beginning, know what you are getting into. That's my take.
Exactly. From know what you're going into. I think that should be what we take home today, because just like I said earlier, if you know what you're getting into and you're preparing intentionally, there's no way you can fail in your marriage. Like when I sit down and I someone that was married 2 weeks ago is asking for a divorce. What happened? How?
What?
How did you guys
How?
get to that point?
How?
We should be intentional about getting to make our marriages work. Because look, these days people are letting the social media gurus be else. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
someone is saying that let me even shock us, right? A lot of those marriages we see on social media may not be working the way we are seeing it. It
Yes.
might just be a show off.
Mm-hmm.
It might just be a show off.
And some
Someone
of them are just
is
doing
cooking.
it because of what people will say. That's why they are both
Exactly.
so hot.
Someone might be doing a breakfast in bed. You don't know that after that breakfast in bed and the camera off, that lady is going to receive like a hot slap.
Hot one. The slap
Do
in
not
bed.
let the things you see on social media to define you. And maybe along you're not getting the result you're supposed to get. You should to talk to this person. Okay, oh, this is what I feel that what do you think? And if the person is not in alignment with you, let it go. Let it go. The fact that you are in your 30s or your late 30s does not mean you must marry at that point.
Yeah.
Do you get? It is better to be single than to have a
Open to be.
broken.
Yes.
You get? And then, ladies, men, I feel like these red flags are always there from the beginning, but we
Mm-hmm.
just tend to ignore
Choose
them.
to ignore it.
For instance, so a lady was talking to me. He said, "Mrs. V, this is what is happening to my marriage. Please, I want you to ask me. I'm seriously thinking about leaving this man. A marriage of 7 years with three children." So the lady was telling me that the parent wants her to go back to school, but the man does not want her to go back to school. The man said that if she goes back to school, like to do her second degree, she's going to have a lot of men coming to her and all of those. So meaning in that marriage of sex, there was no trust.
Yeah.
And if you don't have trust in your marriage, you have nothing. You have nothing. I'm telling you, if
Okay.
you don't know have trust in your marriage, you don't have anything. So imagine that this man is now saying that the wife is going to be cheating on him when she goes to do her second degree.
Insecurity.
That's
Chronic.
already telling you that exactly that this man does not trust this lady. So I feel like this. So the lady was just telling me that Mrs. Vio, I feel like I saw that this man was insecure from the beginning, but I was not smart enough to spot it. So I feel like during this date where you get to ask questions, where you get to talk to this lady, get to talk to this man, to ask this what and what do you like, what are you like. They are things that you're going to spot instantly. And this even takes me back to the first point I made, right? About talking about spiritual maturity. There are some things that you're going to, some people that are going to you, and you're going to know that this one is not the right person.
Yeah.
You know why? Because you have the Spirit of God living in you. And if you have a relationship with God, He always tells you the right thing.
Yeah.
For instance, I
Because he
used to
knows the
tell
comfort.
people,
You
Yes. For instance, I used to tell people that, do you know that before I got married, when my husband, I knew he was the man. So people will ask you, how that did you know? That's because I was in communion with the Holy Spirit. So when he popped up, I knew he was the one. He didn't need to take long. I knew he was the one. So a lot of us spot like these red lights from the very beginning. From the beginning, we
Just
know
choose.
that this we know that this one is capable of hitting me. You're still putting your head. It's either this man or this woman. I'm not leaving. It's going to be better. I'm going to pray him. It's the work of the devil. Blah blah blah. You need to be ready because the Holy Spirit can only help when you are ready to help yourself.
Yeah.
Because I have cases where man is beating this woman to stupor like every day, beating her so well that the last time the one of the children said that the woman almost lost her life. The
Imagine.
woman
Ah,
almost, she passed out, but I don't know what happened. The lady came back to life. And so when the family came and told the woman that this marriage is not by force, so if this man is beating you so much, come to the house. The woman challenged the family and said that this is the devil trying to break her home, that she's going
eh?
to stay in her house and fight for her marriage.
Oh,
Okay,
I
so
thought she fight for it while she's
here,
still alive.
just to put this out here, I am not saying fighting for your marriage is not needed. It is needed when you know that that person you are fighting for is also trying his or her best to fight for that same marriage that you're
Yes.
fighting for.
Yes.
For instance, now let me tell you something. Maybe you what a part like a bad character that you do not like. Maybe the man is always staying cheating or doing this, and maybe you talk to the man say, oh honey, forgive me, I'm a changed person, let's go here to help me in this. You know that that man is ready. Do you get?
Yes.
But this one is not even showing like remorse for beating you, and you're fighting for your man. What are you fighting for? And
What are you fighting?
to cut this to cut this story short, right? Do you know that at the end of the day, that woman lost her life?
Can you imagine?
She left
So
a
what are you fighting for?
30-year-old daughter to a man who oh God, to a man who ended her life. So imagine what the little 30-year-old girl is going to face in that house. So when I heard that story, I was praying that God, let the family of the lady take that child from that man, because the same aggressiveness the man was
Yes.
using with the mom
Transferred.
is going to be transferred to that little girl. So
God
I
help
feel
us.
like there are decisions that if we don't take it, it's going to affect our future generations. So this is something that a woman would have worked out, majestically worked out of that marriage with her life. But she decided that she wanted to fight for a marriage,
Like,
that the devil that was trying to break her home. And eventually she lost her life. So I'm not saying that don't fight for your marriage, right? Certain things, parameters you should look at when you want to
oh,
make
yes.
it has to be something intentional. Let it not be that the man does not want this and you want it. It does not work like that. Let the man be willing to change. Let the woman be willing to change. And then you both can now say, okay, let's go and see a counselor. Let us go and go for counseling together and see how we can salvage the situation. Do you get?
Yeah, good.
So I feel like this is what people should do, what people should put in place. Make sure that, okay, I think we should just like take a brief down on what we said from the beginning till now,
Yes.
we talked about why people are breaking out marriages and their relationships. So if you've joined us to this point, please we would like to hear from you. Our audience haven't said like anything. Is there a question you want to ask or there's something you want to say? Please, you are very welcome to ask your questions or to give us your contributions on this
Or if
topic.
you need any
We are talking
clarification,
about
any contribution, yeah.
exactly. We are talking about why people are breaking out of marriages, why the rate of divorce is so much in today's world. So we first looked at why people are breaking up a lot, why people are leaving their marriages, why people no longer want to be married. We asked a question. Is it that love is no longer enough for a marriage to work? Is it that love is not all just we want to make marriages work, to make relationship works? So we came up with points that will help us, for those of us who are still single, to help us build a better life before we meet our partners. And we started by saying that for you to be prepared for marriage, you first need to know what God, the creator or the institutor of marriage, has said about marriage. You first need to have a relationship with Him for Him to be able to teach you all what it takes to be in a good marriage. Because trust me, the goal is to be in a good marriage. The goal is to have our lives and just live. So I'm going to let, it's like I'm talking too much. So I'm going to
No,
let Fabulous tell us most of the points we talked. Just give us a recap of what we said and all.
but you've said it all now. You now spoke about finances, and very important, your values must be in alignment. You will not say you want this and you're following this. Know what you want. And you should be
Exactly.
emotionally prepared. Where does that coming from?
Yeah.
Emotionally prepared, emotionally matured enough. You should read books. We've been saying that. You cannot be over
Yeah.
emphasized. Get mentorship and be ready. Like from the beginning, you should be intentional about it. That okay, this is what I want.
Yeah.
I'm giving this my all. But I'm not saying you should die in it too. But once you have the mindset that you want to make
Exactly.
it work, it will work. It will work.
True.
But don't want die you. If it's beating you, run. Oh. Bring part your slipper, put
True.
it on your head
True.
and carry.
And Ron. Exactly. Thank you so much, Fabulous. Like
Take it.
it's been a good time here.
Yes.
You know,
And I'm
we've
so
spent
proud of my
two.
phone.
Ah, yeah. I wanted to
I am
say
so
that
I am
too.
I am
Is
I am
is
so proud. Like you not tell me temperature.
it's been
Thank you.
that's so good to hear. It's been
Yes.
like 2 hours now, so our time is fast spent. We just need
Yes.
to wrap up and just go till some other time. So if you are
Yeah.
joining us, if you've joined us till this time, please we want to see your comments before we end this live. Drop us a comment. Tell us something that you've learned from this section today. What is it that you've learned from all of this discussion that we have had? What is that take home that you're something you're taking home today, that something that you've heard today that has impacted you? Because you know there's no knowledge that can be wasted. So you've
Yes.
learned
Yes.
something today,
Yes.
and I'm sure that it's going to be of help to you. So please, in the next few minutes, we want to see your comments. So we can just take a bow because our time is fast spent. Thank you
Yes. And
so much,
not subscribe
Fabulous.
to
Like,
this YouTube channel. Please endeavor to subscribe.
yes,
If you are not watching it now, you are watching it later. If you've not subscribed to the channel, don't forget to do that. Always like, comment, share, and
exactly.
subscribe. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And then my co host is also a YouTuber. Please
I
check her
am.
out. She does a lot of nice things on her channel. And trust me,
Yes.
if you are in Abuja, Nigeria, you should check her vlogs out because she has like a lot of good informations on her channel that you need to see and that you need to know. So just reach her out at the fabulous one. The
The
fabulous
fabulous
one. That's her.
one and only.
Yes, exactly. That's her channel handle. So you can just check her out and make sure you subscribe to her channel because she has got a lot of real juicy things for you guys to see.
And
So
more
thank
juicy
you
to
so
love.
much.
Thank you so much,
Thank you
man.
so much for coming on this live with me today. I really appreciate you.
Thank
You are
you so much.
so like
I'm
you are
glad.
so real. I love your energy. I love
Thank
your
you so
strength and all. Thank you so much. It was so nice having you here.
It was so nice meeting you too. Like it has been amazing. I've learned to now to remain.
Ah, amen. Don't worry. God go run now. It
Yes,
will
so
happen.
thank
It
you.
will
It has
happen
been
actually.
amazing. I've learned. Yeah, I've learned a lot.
Yeah.
Like I've
To
learned.
all of you who joined this live section, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
for
Thank you
being
so
here
much.
with us.
Thank
We really appreciate you.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is time for us to say bye because our time is already fast spent. So we'll see you some other time. Take care of
Yeah. So
yourself
sorry.
and have a good night.
Bye. Take care.
Bye.
Bye everyone. Good night.
Good night. Fabulous. Take care of yourself.
Thank you, Ma. Take care of yourself. My love to the family.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.